What's up, fellow chings? Anyways, so I'm kind of speedrunning videos right now because 3 hours from now the TikTok ban will go in action, and CapCut, the thing I used to make my videos, that was connected to TikTok, so that's gonna go out too. So I'm just kind of speedrunning shit. Anyways, school hijinks 3, let's go. All right, first thing we're gonna talk about geometry. I'm gonna talk to y'all how I failed that shit in sophomore year. Also, we're just gonna talk about the fit. Googly eye glasses, fedora, owl feather. I got that shit on for real. But hey, let's just go through it, eh? So I have my grading teacher. His name is Mr. Cummings. Haha, very funny. I'm not joking. His name is actually his last name is Cummings, bro. Very unfortunate name. But let's just not delve into that right now. He was my grading teacher, and he was very, very bland, very boring. He was the human equivalent of like unsalted chicken, unseasoned chicken even. Oh my god. He was like the food you found in the sink at that little cup, in that little like cup holder, like at the bottom of the sink, basically. He was that. He was the human equivalent of that. Regardless, let's just move past that. He was my grading teacher, which means he graded my shit, at least for the first semester. I only had him one day out of the entire week, which was good, but he's the one that graded my shit, and I had to go to his class on Mondays, man. But anyways, so yeah, here, let's just do the scenario, right? Just like the last few weeks of semester 1, actually the day before semester 1 ended, I had a C+ currently in geometry. I think I did pretty good. I fucking hate math. But it's considered a passing grade. And I checked it again. F. What the fuck happened? Mr. Cummings, what the fuck happened? Now, I assumed that I like failed a test or something, or I got like a really shitty grade for a test. I think I did like average on a test, right? Like, it could really bring your grade down, regardless of whether or not, because the way they like do stuff, kind of. But even then, it was a C+. Even if I like failed a test like horribly, it still would have been like a D or something. But it was an F. What the fuck happened, Mr. Cummings? And I tried to email him, but it was kind of no use, because this motherfucker doesn't respond to his emails. Plus, it was the day before semester 1 ended, so I'm just kind of fucked. And I had to go to summer school. Mr. Cummings, you're entirely responsible for this shit. Why? What the fuck happened? What happened, Cummings? You should have came to your senses. Alright, next story. Freaky ass couple I saw. Alright, so I was in the commons. The commons, like I said in the last school hijinks video, is like the commons is like your break area, right? You work on stuff, or you just go on your phone. It's in the lunchroom, the commons. So I was in the commons, right? I was just, my back is turned, right? I was on my phone, and the clock is like, it's on like the ceiling, like a top part of the ceiling, right? It's on like a pillar thing. You know, you can kind of like make out what I'm saying. So I look back at that, right, just like once, instead of looking at my phone for some fucking reason. I think it's just more like, what can I say? Efficient. It's quicker. It's more efficient. Looking back instead of looking at my phone. So I look back, and the corner of my eye, I see this black couple. Like, their back was facing me, and my back was facing them. But I turn around. There's this black couple. The guy slips his fucking hand down the crack of the woman, and the girl was like, bitch, I would too. What the fuck are y'all doing that in public for? What the fuck? Like, oh my god, why are y'all doing that? Oh my god. He literally dug up in there, shit, digging for gold. Oh my god. You know how fast I turned back? I did not want to see that shit ever. disgusting. Oh my god. Alright, so that freaky ass couple story that took place like a couple weeks ago. I'm in junior year. I'm just gonna repeat this if you just didn't hear that already. Junior year. This next story I'm about to say also happened in junior year. So I was in English class, right? I was working on an assignment. I was listening to music with my fucking shitty ass Timu AirPods, right here. Anyways, right? I was listening to music, and I like grabbed my phone to pick the next song. Not that bad, right? Teacher lets us listen to music. Teacher's name is Miss Moss, by the way. Moss. Oh god. So she walked over to me, right? And just check up on me and say, "Hey, how are you doing at work?" And I'm like, yeah. Miss Moss smelled like fucking moss. She smelled like ass. Oh my god. I had to physically control myself not to gag. She smelled that fucking repugnant. Jesus. I own chickens and pigeons, bro. Do you know what a decade worth of shit, bird shit, smells like? Like all that buildup? All previous pets, generations of birds? You know how... It did not compare. Minute. It's did not even compare a percent of how much Miss Moss fucking smelled. I look like this fucking woman. Oh my god. Oh. How do you let it get this bad? I did not even try to be rude. I was trying my willpower. I used all of it. She's fucking smelled that bad. It was fucking awful, man. Oh look, I'm gonna talk about gross ass English teachers again. What's with these English teachers, man? Anyway, sophomore year out, my friend told me of a story where he entered inside of a bathroom and Mr. McGoldrick was there, right? Mr. McGoldrick was, using the urinal, so he, so my friend, went as farthest away from it as they can, because, guys in the urinal, if you're a guy, you know how the urinal stuff works. Anyways, Mr. McGoldrick finishes early, and the motherfucker does not wash his hands! He left the bathroom! What the hell? He never... Ew! The thing is, right, Mr. McGoldrick replaced the old English teacher. The old English teacher I actually liked. Mr. McGoldrick was cool, but he was cooler, or hearing that story just brought it down, man. Mr. McGoldrick, why did you wash your fucking hands? Next story. My friend got caught looking at pictures of Genderbent Shin Shi Huang from Record of Ragnarok. This picture specifically. Now, how I know this is that his friend, I'm not gonna say my friend's name that got caught looking at those pics, but my friend's friend, right, sitting at a table across from us, right? And he looked around, saw it, and decided to send him a snap of. He had the shit full brightness too. He was not discreet. He was displaying that to the world for the whole world to see. Fuck, man. Anyways, if you see this video, you know who you are. I'm not gonna say your name, but you know who you are. Alright, next story. 5th grade. Yeah, that's kind of a massive jump from high school years to fucking elementary, but hey, we're gonna do it. So 5th grade, right? It was around the end of the year, around that May-June area, right? For some reason, we just spent the majority of class watching Popeye The Sailor Man and other 50s cartoons. It was just really weird, but it was interesting, but why? Also, to add on to this, we also had a school assembly, and I think they kind of ran out of footage to use, and we finished earlier than expected, so they just decided to play nursery rhymes. I'm like it was just the nursery rhymes were filler arc, basically. It's just filler. It was just really weird. I much prefer Popeye the Sailor Man, but it was just really weird. It's really weird either way. Why were you watching Popeye, and why are you making us watch nursery rhymes? Alright, a week ago, I was in my digital web design class, right? And there's this white kid, he sat like across from me, right? We were kind of like in this little cubicle area, right? That's the closest thing I could think of. So basically, he was in the cubicle next to me, like across from me, right? He had headphones on. Tell me why he was listening to the most NPC ass songs, bro. Like Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, like he had the "Summer Party Up a Double Shot of Whiskey" type shit, bro. You know which song I'm talking about. And you might say that, Ivan, you listen to those songs too. I know damn well you had that bar song on your fucking Culture Songs playlist. I know you have at least one or two of Justin Timberlake's and Maroon 5 songs in your playlist. And Chad say, yeah, I do. But my god, at least I have the decency to keep that shit to myself. And at least I have the decency to not blast it. Come on! Oh no. I don't even know why I'm hating on this dude. He seems like he was just enjoying himself, but he saw me looking at him, and I guess it notified to him that his music was just a little too loud. It's just a little too loud. He proceeded to do it a couple more times where it was just too loud. 5th grade, yeah, we're going back to 5th grade. Yeah. Anyways, 5th grade, it was a test, a history or a math test. I think it was like a math test or something. That was history. Yeah, it was history. Yeah. No, actually, it was English. Fuck. Okay, so English. I got up to like sharpen my pencil and drink some water in the bubbler, right? My friend, his name is Caden. Caden was one of those people who watch oversimplified, simple history, would blast the Soviet Union anthem in the hallways and be confused on why no one was saluting or laughing. He was probably the type of person to watch Russian Badger. You know those type of kids? Those like World War II obsessed kids? Yeah, he was one of those guys. So basically, Caden he had this cool folder, right? And you know, like you're taking a test and you're on desk, so you have to put up folders to like block so people won't copy your answers. Well, as I got up, I was right behind Caden, right? And I saw that he had this cool zombie folder, right? I wasn't even trying to fucking look at his answers. He was a good friend. Why would I do that? And why would I even steal answers anyway? I can't read their handwriting. So I tried to look at, like, you know, Caden's like zombie folder. Right? It's just they're taking the details because they genuinely look cool as shit. But Caden was like, hey, why are you trying to steal my answers? Bro, I thought we were good. Why are you so pressed about me looking at your... And we're 5th graders. What do you think we're gonna do to us? In all honesty, though, this was the time when, like, Odd Ones Out and J Animation and other animation, like, channels were, like, getting popular and stuff. Like, they were in their heyday. And that plagiarism video came out, so they probably watched that and was like, whoa, plagiarism, this could happen to us too. You learn something and you're afraid it's gonna happen to you or some shit. Yeah, they probably thought plagiarism was gonna affect a 5th grader. A 5th grader, you serious? Even I in 5th grade knew that plagiarism wouldn't affect a fucking 5th grader that seriously. Like Caden, I don't know where the hell he is now. Couple weeks ago, I was in the comments, right? I was just scrolling through my phone. Since I'm a junior, right? I'm gonna have to take the ACT test soon. Pre-ACTs are already boring enough, so I gotta take the actual thing in the spring. I'm cooked. I do like mediocre in the ACT. College is like, here's a future tip for any like high schoolers, right? Why am I saying this? I'm a high schooler myself. Anyways, here's a future tip, right? ACTs, don't do bad on them, but don't do good. Just try your best. They don't matter that much in the grand scheme of things. Unless you're going to like Harvard or something. If you're just going to like an average like community college or whatnot, they don't matter. They don't look at that. So just don't do bad, but don't do good. Don't do bad, but don't do good, basically. Anyways, I was scrolling through my phone, right? I was about to leave. I saw an ad for the ACTs. And I was like, whoa, how did they do that? How did they know that? I don't know. It's not really that much of an interesting story, but it's something, alright. Alright, so a month ago, or a month or two ago, right? I was in my math class, right? I sat in the back row, and there was like a cool breeze, right? It was like winter, but not really like cold to the point where there's ice or snow. It was just kind of getting cold, right? It was winter, right? And there was a cold breeze, and it was coming through the open window. It felt kind of nice, actually. But there's a blind girl. I'm not gonna say her name, but let's just say I've known her since like kindergarten, right? This blind girl, and she asked the teacher. The teacher's chill. He's funny, right? He has a good blend of like humorous and seriousness, right? Heard him cuss like a few times. Kind of funny, but yeah. Anyways, the teacher sits in the back too, right? So the blind girl like turns around and is like, "Hey, can you close the windows? It's getting cold." But I say jokingly, "No, keep them open." And then the blind girl decided to humor me, and like we're trying to go in back and forth banter, right? It's like, no, it's kind of something like that. But then she decides to fucking like screw me over a bit, like socially, and she wants to play rock paper scissors with me. And I was like, "You want to play rock? Okay, let's decide it. Let's see who does it. Let's see who like okay, so let's see who if we can get the window or not. Let's like play a game." So she motions rock paper scissors. And I was like, and without thinking, I was like, "Oh yeah, let's go." See, she just looks at me, and I look at my hands and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot she's blind." So I just kind of gave up, and the window was closed. The window was gonna get closed anyway, but like, bro, damn. Anyways, that's enough of school hijinks for today. Don't ever get yourself into a situation like that, and be good people.